No, I really didn't think that this actual practice actually was still being conducted or still being attempted. Four men charged with abducting man from Camden Street and holding him for ransom. So they were arrested this past 14th of August for their alleged role in abducting a man from a Camden Street, beating him and holding him captive while trying to extort 100 grand from victim's family. One of them was actually 25. The other one was actually 24 years old. The other one 23, and another one was actually 21. And it's just not gonna work, guys. And 100 grand between four plus expenses. How much were you actually going to divvy up? And you always have to have extra cash to hush certain people along the way. And but for the amount was it wasn't worth it. I mean, come on, really? 100 grand between four people plus expenses. No, these young kids didn't think things through at all, and it's sad because they actually hurt this actual individual pretty hard, you know. And according to the documents filed in the case, the victim was walking down a street in Camden on the night of August 12th when at least two individuals approached him from behind, covered his head, assaulted him, and put him into a vehicle. The assailants drove the victim to a Camden residence, so really close by too, so really good, where they restrained him and continued to beat him with a hard object. The victim couldn't see because he obviously had his head covered. And after several hours, the actual kidnappers removed the head covering and okay, here we go, geniuses, took a photo, took photos, plural, and a video footage of the bloodied and beaten victim with the victim's own cell phone. Following that, they sent the actual images to the victim's family via his phone. You know damn well the FBI has actually floating cell towers. How are they not going to find you? They have multiple floating in the air, in airplanes, in jets, Cessnas, floating cell towers. Come on, guys. Apparently, they actually that was happening on the 12th in the early morning hours of the 14th. Since it wasn't even actually 2 days. If you look at it, if you do the numbers right, before the fact that you took them on the 12th, that's days over. The 13th and the 14th, you get caught. The FBI, working in partnership with the local PD of Jersey and New York, located the victim and all four defendants in that actual residence. They hooked them all up and they took the actual victim to the hospital for treatment. Now, I've always made this clear when you actually conduct a kidnapping, they are going to throw everything at you. They're going to find every single piece of technology that can actually locate an actual victim down to the T. So they've got the resources, they will make available the manpower. That's one of the FBI's biggest concerns of kidnappings getting out of control, kidnapping business being successful. And I don't want to get into details of what needs to happen when you actually conduct an actual kidnapping. Yeah, that wouldn't be right. But let me tell you, nobody actually, the victim does not walk away. You can't. You actually have to disappear that actual element in order for you to get a successful type of this actual operation, And we have witnesses, look at Mexico. It's very rare when somebody actually gets rescued or somebody gets actually turned over for the certain amount of the ransom, for the actual ransom. It does happen. I've had family members that has happened to, and actually close friends that actually happened to, including females, including a female that her brother-in-law actually took her place, and the kid had to agree to it until the money was gathered to pay the actual ransom. No joke. And so it's very, very, very rare to actually get a loved one returned after paying a ransom in Mexico. So, I mean, it's just the odds, the odds of you getting away with it here in the United States, they're basically none. There's a few of them out there, but there's a lot of evidence that actually can be collected, and not with actual cameras everywhere, even more, digital fingerprints, right? Okay, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe.